Get out the insurance cards, get out the co-pays. The office is open, my friends. Brought to you by DrRoto.com.
So let's get to it.
Bring the pain!
What's up, everybody? It's Heat Override, and I'm ready to bring the pain for you this week. And Dr. Roto. Oh, yeah. What's up, Dan? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man, and I'm in a good mood, and it's fight week finally.
Yeah, dude, I can tell you, football's fun, but football is not fun like UFC fun, and we're just trying to get everybody onto the bandwagon. We gotta have fun with this stuff, people. I mean, come on, man. But, dude, tell me how long this has felt like. It's felt like 2 years.
It's felt like a good 3-4 months, but it's probably been, what, 6 weeks? 2 months, something like that.
Yeah. It was literally like just like 17 weeks. You look at, or 7 weeks, 6 weeks, whatever you want to call it. And we're finally getting our first event. We got it on Paramount. So we have that. It's a whole new setup. The whole pay-per-view is free. Everybody's ready to go. And I can't wait for this card, man. I mean, if for everybody piling right now, what's the Fight Club of Pain? What did you do in your first year? We'll talk a tiny little bit about that, but that's the review show. You would do that. But what we're going to do is we're going to give out parlays. We're going to give out live bets. We're going to give out fight theory. We're going to give out the Parlay of Pain, and we're also going to be serving soup in the kitchen today. Oh, yeah. Dan, talk about it.
Oh, man. I mean, you want me to do it right now?
No. I just want you to talk about it. Talk about whatever you want to talk about. How hyped we are for the show. UFC's back, man. These people in it.
But I mean, if people never read it or anything like that, usually they're called tomato cans. When people become a tomato can, they become a shell of them for their former selves, their former fighting selves, and they don't win fights anymore. And here on this podcast, we call them the soup cans. So. I'm going to serve some soup later.
Yeah, Chef Dan is he's in the back in the kitchen cooking it up. He's stirring the pots, which we like to do. And we're going to have a lot more than soup to eat on this one because we got 2 beefcakes going at it too. And we'll also be covering the WCA and Lewis fight, man. I can't wait to get to that. But the fact that is, we finally get a main card. We're coming back to 2 main cards. So that means this week you get 5 fights. Next week you get 5 fights. And you'll get, all, like I said, all of the bets and everything wrapped up into it. Of course, you have to get to Dr. Roto. Use code word WIN and join today. Become a rich friend because football's about to end up. We're about to have another amazing Super Bowl betting show. Hopefully Danger can do it again. We had Doc pop in last year. There's like 500 people in that room. So, I mean, that's insane. But that's 500 people.
I wasn't there.
Yeah, you were just starting. No, you were not. You were not there yet. You were probably just coming on that week. Literally. Yeah. Like maybe the week prior after the Super Bowl, we started the UFC stuff together.
Yeah, because I started right before my birthday, which is in February. So.
Yeah, man. Got a birthday coming up, too. That's awesome, man. I'll have to save one of these beers for you. So today we got 3 monks. Yeah, 3 monks. It's called Munster Fest. So right there. It's not going to show it anyway. It's more of an October lager, and it tastes pretty good. I had to do a double dip on that one. It's actually smooth. It doesn't taste like an Oktoberfest.
I got Old Trusty, man. Old Trusty.
And everybody, this is a live show. We are live. It says it right there. Right? Ask us questions. We do have all the other stuff for the other fights, right? And yeah, that's the closest any of y'all get to my chicken scratch. By the way, Dan, your writing is amazing. I felt bad. I felt like a kindergartner when I was taking a crap earlier because I was like, man, this guy is like sitting here writing like he's a pro.
I mean, I write. That's what I did. I've always had good handwriting. What can I say?
I know. I've always been just bad. I can draw though. But like, What is this? Upon you, the magic wizard from Random Spells. No, it says the magic wizard. I'm not reading all that right now. But he casts Sawadawadas upon both of you. Hopefully that means that you're going to be our rich friend.
Where's your wand?
Expelliarmus.
Yeah, Expelliarmus.
Conrad does know a little bit of Harry Potter. When that's there, giving out fight theory, talking about people getting knocked out, and at the same time maybe getting submitted, and so of course that's how the show rides. So get in here, pop in like the magic wizard, man. He's in here ready to win some money. Like, share, follow. Come on, buddy, get your stuff going, man. Let's roll into it, man. What excites you about this card the most?
One, that we have fights back. It feels like forever since we had a live UFC event. I was really looking forward to Amanda Nunes coming back. What is it? It's a lung disease. And this isn't Harry Potter, mate.
This ain't Harry Potter, mate. This ain't Harry Potter. What's up, Daniel Barry Sports? How you doing? I saw you the other day. Welcome back, man. It's good to see you. We're getting wizard cast spells up in here right now, and that's okay. We're having fun, but it's great to see some of the people. Maybe Ken will come back.
I mean, what do you want me to say? You're gonna cast a lung disease on me, dork?
Funny thing is we don't even smoke. Maybe we should.
I already have asthma, man. What else do you want?
Get that COVID. It's like, nah, I better not say that. Everybody's gonna be like, whoop, whoop, whoop. They'll be like, heat override. Said that word again. We're gonna have to go get that guy. All right. But anyway, let's get into it. All right. So of course, when I'm looking down the card, of course, a lot of fights step out. We get of course Cameron Smooth. I'm calling him Smooth because he don't do stuff. Smotherman back in this one. We get Josh Hawkett for another Meat Fest Slam Fest. Dude, Josh Hawkett versus Denzel Freeman. Are you excited for the young prospects here?
Kind of. I mean, I'm more excited about the Nurmagomedov Devastin Figueiredo fight.
Okay. I mean, we can bypass some meat chunks.
It isn't even caused by smoke. It's caused by silica dust.
Okay. Well, that's good. It isn't caused by that. We're just having fun up in here, man. But we are crazy. That man's named Loose Cannon for wildness, man. But the thing is crazy about this is you are correct. I think Nurmagomedov is going to be too much for Figueiredo. Do you agree?
I agree, man. Figueiredo has had wars in the past, but those were in the lighter weight divisions. He's lost a few in this weight division, and I don't think he's ready for someone as good as Nurmagomedov.
I agree with that as well too. It's not that Figueiredo, we just call him Figgy anyway. It's not that Figgy ain't that good. It's just he's just that small. He's just small, dude. He's gonna get wrapped up.
Yeah, and he's not big enough to fight one of those guys. And, man, I agree with that. Those Sambo Russian guys, man, they're just something different.
I agree, and that's where like somebody like me is kind of like where like I'm a striker. I'm a fighter. I'm a point fighter. So I'm going to strike. I'm going to throw punches, kicks, and everything. But you take me down, I'm trying to get back up. Because I don't want to be there. I don't want to be in deep waters. So, but for Figgy, he can handle that. But he's just when it gets down to the ground and that strength and size, it's almost going to be like China in DDP, where DDP is just bustily cut. But Chimaev he was just too much.
I mean it. You can't say enough about the Nurmagomedovs and all these Sambo guys. Man, they're good for a reason. Hey, Ken Vick. Hey, I'm Dan Vick now, bro.
Our guy, what up, D1 Prime? How you doing today? I saw your comment I had to make a meme of that because that shit was funny. Dude, you popped out of nowhere. It was just like, Ken Vick here. Raw. I was like, what's up, dude? So I grabbed that the other day. It's good to see. So hopefully Ken Vick and everybody's ready to win some money, man, because we're going to get back into it. We're going to start off the card. We're going to start our first fight that we're covering is Arnold Allen versus Gene Silva. Dan, talk about it.
All right, man. I'm going to start with Gene Silva. That's your boy. He's 6-1 in the UFC, and he's trying to bounce back after that brutal loss to Diego Lopez. This man is violence personified. He weaponizes his pace and chaos to a T. His punch-kick combos, power, and finishing instincts are his best traits. Silva has to attack and force Allen to be reactive. Uses feints and body shots to slow down the defensive Allen. Allen, he broke a 2-fight losing streak against Giga and returned to form. But the only 2 he lost in this weight class were to Max Holloway and Evolov. Is he good or is he not the top of the food chain in this division? We'll have to wait and see. Allen has to lean on his great defense and footwork. That southpaw jab and his calf kick might be problems for the aggressive Silva. He has to be disciplined and play the defensive game and force Silva to fight a technical fight. Pick safe shots, limit damage, and win rounds to gas Silva.
I agree 100%. That fight breakdown couldn't have gone any better because that is going to be the key for Silva and both Arnold. Arnold and Silva are both slow fighters. They are kind of like counter fighters, but whereas Silva picks his shots and each shot is deadly when it strikes, Arnold will actually throw a little more combos. So if while he's loading up and putting out his hand out, because Silva will put his hand out, right? When he's putting his hand out ready to load that shot, if Arnold shoots with maybe a leg kick, punch, head kick, Silva's going to have to block that. And the problem with Silva last time is he had his pride split down the middle by Diego Lopez. He was on his way to possibly knock him out. He had rocked him and he went to finish him. And Diego Lopez said, screw this. I'm going for the spin. Yeah. And he hit him with the spinning elbow, knocking Silva out. That is the key to beating Silva, using his aggression to where he stops or fumbles that entry, and then boom, he's down. Because that led to him being able to be on top of Silva as well during that match, right?
Yeah, that's what basically what I just said, man. He has to play the distance game and force Silva into a technical fight because Silva's not a technical. He's not a technical fighter. He's an aggressive, angry fighter.
That is 100% correct. And that's the thing is all these interviews that I've been watching Silva, he's like a calm dog right now. He's just it's not much barking. He's laughing. He's doing a podcast the other day and he's doing all these things. But I think he feels that he was humbled and this is his comeback and Arnold is going to catch a blunt of this because the thing for me is Arnold's how skilled of a fighter he is. Sometimes Silva's size, his pure just wideness is a little too much for these guys to exploit. So for me, before we look at the numbers, I'll let you reiterate. Do you feel that if this hits the ground that Allen will be able to either A, get up or B, be able to handle Silva on the ground?
Yes, I think either one. I think if it goes to the ground, he could do what he wants in this fight.
Okay. All right. I mean, this is probably one of the hardest fights to pick, which is what made it really fun to pick. So let's get this. The sport books right now, and these numbers were off of FanDuel last night. Well, most of them from today, so they are practically up to date and maybe not as big as they were there. But I'm about to tell you this. Distance knows a -108. Love it. This fight's going under. Watch. Because they have knockout at +120. You all know I'm putting a unit on knockout 120. Under 2.5 rounds is a +110. That's practically easy money right there. And then also what I love about this, if you get this, go to FanDuel right now. unless it changed. I'm actually on there right now. Let's check it. Boom. Nope, didn't change. Submission is plus 1,000. Silva can submit Arnold, and I know that Arnold has not been finished, but Silva can beat him. Silva can choke him out. The plus 1,000 on that is an amazing number. Dan, I mean, right? If you're giving knockout plus 120 and sub 1,000,
I think this fight goes the distance. I don't think it stops before the distance.
All right, we'll get to the picks. Let's round it out. All right, let's hit the Arnold Allen side. We got knockout and points plus 240. Love it. If you're going to play the Arnold side, play knockout and points. He gets a submission. All right, whatever. But we got that. That's why you cover yourself with the unders. Here on Fight Club of Pain, we're going to give you bets and you're going to win money all over the damn place. That's why the UFC is better than any other betting sport and DFS sport. And again, you will get a DFS lineup at the end of this. That's what we're doing. Yeah, plus 1,000, our guy, Convict. Money line and distance, plus 325 for Arnold Allen. I agree with you. If this goes a distance, it favors Arnold and the ability that he may and probably will throw more strikes than Gene Silva, since Gene Silva is more of a calculated counterpuncher. Also, I like a late thing. Silva was knocked out. Sometimes those signs carry over. People don't know. Some people take a week and they're back in the ring. Some people take longer than a month. I haven't seen the aggressive style of Silva yet, and we will see that in the weigh-ins tomorrow and some of the stuff in the action today. But a second, third round knockout for Allen is a plus 2,000. Yeah, I got money on that. Half unit, right? Decision, no bet. Look, if you just think Arnold's going to win by knockout or anything else, and you just want your money back if it goes to distance, no bet, plus 320. Let's roll it over. Moneyline distance, no for Silva, plus 125. First and second round sub, plus 1,700. I'm saying first and second round knockout, plus 220. Also, knockout and sub for Silva, plus 135. His decision, no bet, is a negative 460. And this is why I'm going to add this. When the sports book play it close, but they put the no decision at a negative 460, it's because they're scared to play that play. And that right there is your key to success with this. Oh, by the way, round 1, third minute, anybody wins, plus 350. That's round 1 win. Actually, Silva round 1 win, plus 350. Third minute of round 1 for both fighters is a plus 1,400. Sorry, sometimes this chicken scratch gets it up. Dan, what do the numbers tell you, and who do you got?
You spit out a lot of numbers right there. I'm not used to it anymore, so I gotta get back to hearing all these numbers. But who I got, my prediction is Allen wins by decision.
Allen wins by decision. Bam! We got it. Plus 325. Easy money. Look, put a unit on Dan's bet, right? Take a half unit, put it on this decision, no bet. If Allen gets the finish, you win. If Allen goes the distance, you get your money back for the decision, no bet, and you get that parlay. Bing! Of course.
Who you got? I know you got Silva winning.
I got Gene Silva. I got Gene Silva by first and second round knockout, plus 220. Of course, the knockout and sub plus 135 is the big play for me as well, too. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But let's move along.
D1 Prime. What does that mean? Hey, can I get modded?
I think he gets I don't think we could do that. If this was Twitch, we could do something with you. We could give you like a room of the chat room, and you could just get everybody up in here. That would be fun.
I didn't know what it meant.
Can I get modded? I hope that's what it means. All right. So I'm taking Silva. We are definitely on the different sides of this. I knew you were going to take Allen. I know Allen was your boy, and I watched a lot of fight type of Allen, and we talked about Allen. Actually, the one time we were talking about Allen, I was like, who the hell is this guy? I was like, who's Arnold Allen? And then I see he was fighting Silva, and I was like, oh man, I already know. But you did surprise me with this next fight a little bit, but we'll get into it. In this corner, we have Natalia Silva. Back-to-back Silvas. Pretty funny, right? And in this corner, we got the returning vet, the hard-nosed Thug Rose. Dan, talk about it.
All right, Thug Rose Namajunas, man. She's a former champ. She's number 6 in the division, and she looked decent in her last fight. She's a calculated striker that delays sometimes. She's always patient, and she never rushes her attacks. She gauges her distance very well, and she carries some power.
Mm-hmm.
She does have wins over a lot of career MMA fighters, like some of the GOATs in the female division. But Thug Rose has moved up a weight class, and Thug Rose has lost a step. She's 3-3 in her last 6.
Mm-hmm.
Silva, she's 7-0 in the UFC with back-to-back wins over former champs. She's number 2 in the rankings for a reason. She's a very active striker, has good power. She has good power in her shots, and she has an active kicking game. Her high energy combinations create pressure, and she puts everything together well. And she is one hell of a defensive fighter.
Dude, you can't be any better than that, right? Because you bring up that defensive fighter, man. Her defense is a 65. Thug Rose has a 63 for the striking, but she puts out 5 punches per minute. She only absorbs 2.4. And when we look at Thug Rose is a little lower volume at 3.6 out, but absorbing almost as much as she puts out with a 3.3. That's going to give us a percentage of that Silva is going to outstrike Thug Rose, and being younger, stronger, bigger, more momentum, and faster. This is her chance to get a title shot. We've seen a couple people fumble this last year. Yep. Gene Silva being one of them. He fumbled that right up. It was supposed to be him and Volkanovski. People wanted that, and they are not getting that. They're getting Lopez and Volkanovski. And that right there shows that people can be upset. You don't like it.
I hate it. I hate that fight.
But I will give Thug Rose her credit.
Yeah.
She doesn't get finished. She is strong. So right here, the question is going to be, when I start giving out these numbers, how the hell can you expect these numbers to hit when we know Thug Rose hasn't hit? Well, we're gonna get to that in a few seconds. But for me, I agree with Silva's speed and combinations. I feel that the extra 1 to 2 punches coming in per minute is going to end up getting Thug Rose a little worried. She's going to have to scrap. Silva isn't the best on the ground, but if Thug Rose can get her on the ground, even though I know she's small, but if she can get her on the ground, that might give her her best shot. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, everybody forgets Namajunas is a hell of a BJJ practitioner.
Mm-hmm.
She's won competitions. She's she's tapped world champions out. So if it goes on the ground, she does have a chance. But that's only if she has top control. Her bottom work is not that good, and she struggles getting up under bigger opponents.
Yeah, so I will say this, in my fighting world, we all know I'm practically kind of like Thug Rose. I'm just really thin, really small, but I'm fast and strong, right? But that doesn't matter. When you get a bigger person on top of you and you're that small, like I said with Silva earlier, and that's Gene Silva, just being wider, it's sometimes hard to scoot out from that. So that's gonna be hard for her to hold Silva down, knowing that Silva's stronger and just can pop up and just pop her back in the mouth. So for me, let's hit up these numbers and we'll get back into it. So distance, yes, is a negative 400. Going over, yeah, I think it's going to distance. Knockouts plus 450, sub is plus 950. under 2.5 rounds, if you just don't want to play anything else, but you want to kind of take it, the under 2.5 rounds is plus 320. Let's roll that Thug Rose side. Sometimes people look past the vet, just like Michael Johnson did last time with Daniel Zellhuber. Thug Rose can do that to Silva right now. Knockout plus 1,800. That's worth a quarter of a unit. You can return everything that you get on your money if you get that. Knockout in points plus 380. Distance no bet plus 210. But of course, money line in distance yes is a plus 397 for Thug Rose. On the Silva side, Natalia Silva, money line distance yes is a negative 194. However, I do like her knockout in points at a negative 330. I know that's not the best number, people. Knockout itself is a plus 550. Decision no bet negative 280. But I really think that the first round, they're going to do their little scrapping. They're going to do stuff. Thug Rose might get a takedown in the first round. That's going to push the first round. And then in the second and third round, knockout for second and third round for Silva is a plus 1,100. Dan, what do those numbers tell you, bud?
It tells me everyone thinks this fight is going the distance.
Mm-hmm. And do you think I'm crazy for trying to play these knockout bets?
Well, I mean, Thug Rose did knock out Weili with a head kick in the second round of a title fight.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying. Like, you get that knockout right there, and we all know Silva likes to go the distance and go that. But she did knock out Leonardo. She did knock out Bleda before that. So she kind of has been in this I want to work hard, but that's because she's fighting champions like Grasso and Andrade. Mm-hmm. And for me, when you're fighting that level, then that's the kind of level that you're going to go to. That's why this fight screams distance, and that's why this fight has those numbers. But hey, we've seen some weird shit happen. Yeah. You put your units on those parlays. You go with the decision, no bets if you want to be safe. Throw a quarter or half a unit on those knockouts, and we'll see what happens.
I agree.
Who you got winning, Dan?
I got Silva winning by decision, man.
Silva winning by decision. We gave that negative 126. Actually, no, it's negative 194. I gave out the next fights. It's negative 194. I agree with you. I'm playing. Look, for me, I'm going to play that. I'm going to play the knockout in points at the negative 330, and I'm also going to roll with that knockout second and third. So I'm going to roll a full unit on knockout in points. I'm going to grab Dan's parlay, and then I'm going to throw a half unit on that second and third round knockout. Of course, a half unit on the knockout for Thug Rose as well, too. That's going to return all your money if a knockout happens, and then you're all covered completely across. Because when we hit that distance and the points on that negative 330 and that negative 194, we're going to be positive money. But we get that knockout, we're going to be good, man. Ken's got Rose. Ken Vick has Rose.
Oh, Ken Vick. Ken Vick is stuck in 2002 or 2022.
Hey, she can do it, and I'll give her props. That's why I'm putting money on her. That's the one thing that we talked about last year on the Fight Club of Pain, Dan, that UFC is the one sport you can hedge, and you can hedge perfectly sometimes to where you make a lot more of your money back even when you lose. Yeah. And that's what I love about being able to parlay these props. Actually, I just saw Jacob, the freckled salamander. He's all excited for his bet channel, whatever betting site he goes to. They now allow you can parlay prop bets. He's so excited. I'm like, bro, I've been parlaying props for a whole year. You're gonna have so much fun. Yeah, dude, you know that. All right, man. Let's move along. Let's move along to the meaty matchup of the night. Ooh, yeah, we're talking about big boys greasing burgers. Ooh, yeah. In this quarter, we got everybody's favorite salsa king, Waldo Cortez Acosta. In this quarter, we've got the big man, the knockout king himself, the black demon, the huge man assassin, Derek Lewis. Dan, talk about it.
Man, two meaty men slapping meat. That's what this fight is all about.
I don't know why anybody thinks it's going to distance. Go on.
WCA, man, he's 9-2 in the UFC. He has back-to-back performance bonuses in his last two to his credit. He's a good boxer with knockout power, and he's very defensively sound. His counterpunching is some of the best in the heavyweight division, and he is a great wrestler. Derek Lewis, legendary power. It precedes him as he's coming off of back-to-back knockout wins. He's the UFC knockout king, and he's looking for another, man. He has a knack for beating up-and-comers lately. That's always been beaten. And what is WCA? He's an up-and-comer. He has a new diet, new training, and he's in the best shape of his career. He's looking for another knockout, bro.
Woo. Dude, there's no way I don't even know why they think that okay, I'm just going to hit the numbers real quick before I flip out, right? Okay. They got distance, no, -280. Knockout, -230. Okay, you got a little thing. They do have a sub plus 1,700. But, man, I mean, on the Derek Lewis side, first and second round knockout plus 450? It didn't even take 36 seconds to knock out Cher last time, okay? This fight is over in minutes. There's no way. It's going to be just like the Leah fight where he's going to come rushing across. Well, I mean, I'm talking about like D'Elia is coming towards WCA, and then some shit's going to happen, and blap, and he's going to throw that thing. Decision, no bet, plus 220. You ain't worried about getting that money back. Derek Lewis is either going down or WCA is going down, and that's why it's a great bet. Distance, no. Money line on the Lewis side is a plus 288. Knockout in points is a plus 250. Knockout in points is a plus 250. If you're going to play the Derek Lewis side and you're scared shitless, just play knockout in points and freaking play decision no bet. On the WCA side, money line distance no, -126. Knockout in points, -280. Distance, no bet, -300. His knockout in the first and second round is a plus 145. Dan, I don't understand. This is where the sport books got this wrong.
I have no idea.
This fight's going under one round.
I think it goes. I think it goes too. I think it goes into the second round.
I mean, it could. Right now, the under 2.5 rounds is a plus 116. That's like free money, people. Yeah. That's free money. I'm throwing 3 units. I did some ET. 3 units on that.
Three.
Hey,
oh, sorry.
Dude's going to come back in and cast a spell on my fingers.
he already casted like lung disease on me, man.
Yeah. He's like, extremity armlos. Like, what? My hand, I'll come back next week. All I got is a fist, brother, but I'm still putting it in people's faces.
Sorceress Dorcas. Get out of here.
Sorceress Dorcas. Expelladorcus. Expelladorcus. Hashtag that. Convict. People just don't know, man. But dude, I'm crazy as shit. Sub for WCA in the second and third round. I love that you said it goes to the second round. Plus 4,000. I threw money on that. I threw a quarter of a unit on that, man. So I threw $1.25 on that. I'm getting like $15 back for that, dude. It's like crazy. And it's more than paying for this fight and the next 3 fights in a row because it's nuts. I mean, Dan, there's just no way this doesn't end in knockout, right?
Bro, I love this fight. We called this fight before it was announced. We are the ones who said this fight should happen. Weeks before it was announced.
So everybody, y'all can just send your thanks to us and Dana White. I know you're watching because that's how you got it. You came out with that fight the minute we mentioned it, bro. Tell about it.
As soon as WCA won that last fight, our next podcast, I came out and I said I want to see the WCA Derek Lewis fight.
Mm-hmm.
This is the funnest fight in the heavyweight division, and
It is.
I mean, they should give him a hamburger championship or something, a T-bone steak championship belt, something for this fight.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, if Derek Lewis gets that knockout, he's going to pull his pants down and he's going to be wearing a hot pepper for his underwear. He's going to have a hot pepper on his underwear, dude. And he might even have salsa on it.
Because his balls was hot.
His balls was hot. If Derek Lewis knocks out the Salsa King, then what is it? On the Border or all those tortilla places, they need to get him as their sponsor, and so he can retire and start knocking people out, man. I mean, Santa Fe chips, whatever you got to do, you got to do this, man. You got to sponsor Derek Lewis if he gets this knockout. Dan, who do you got winning?
All right, man. I got Derek, my balls was hot, Lewis winning by second round knockout.
Woo! I love Dan in those rounds, man. I love those rounds you be doing. All right, well, you got Derek Lewis, second round knockout. Let's get that. That's actually going to be that's going to have a really nice odds. So Derek Lewis, second round knockout is a plus 1,300. We're taking that. Why? Because we can take that bet because we already have Derek Lewis knockout in points. We already have Derek Lewis decision no bet plus 220. So if he gets a knockout in the first or the third, the 220 covers the plus 1,300 for the second round only. Also, the second and first round knockout at plus 450 covers if the third round because you get the decision no bet. There's so much money to make on this. I have screamed. You have screamed. People try to ignore us. The UFC is the best betting sport. You can only hit a touchdown one way, but you can knock a man out or a woman out in 5 different ways and get paid 5 different ways. Dan.
More than that. Elbows, knees, punches, kicks, spinning back fists. I mean, ground and pound. I mean, you can win a fight so many different ways.
Yeah. And we all know Derek Lewis, if he can get WCA on the ground, then he's definitely going to jump right on him and get that early knockout. It's over. Although, maybe it happens in the second round. He goes jumping on top of him and WCA wraps him up in a triangle. And we get the plus 4,000. And then we are then considered not only the UFC sheriffs, the UFC gods of the universe. We'll be the UFC He-Men. Yeah.
Of the universe.
Masters of the universe. I have the power.
What's up,
Everybody's like, all right.
Ken Vic's back.
Ken Vic is back. He's going to have to go back because we just got real wild. I got sweaty almost. It was like last night when I was getting popped. Speaking of which, take a thing. Dude, so I fought a boxer last night. You'll be proud of me. And they didn't want to use kicks. So I knew I was going to catch something. I was doing really good, staying active. Everything they've trained me really kept him off of me because normally he would take me out, back me up, get me against the wall, right? And mind you, I mean, this is a great boxer. Him and his brother are those are the stick guys. And so he got me, and I was like, okay, I was working. I was kind of like throwing my reverse punch. I was like, all right, I'm working him. But you know me, every once in a while, I start going to my point fighting stuff like Wonder Boy. And so like I kind of went like that, and then I kind of went in. He came forward. I threw a straight punch like this. Bro ducked. He threw a left hand hook and finished with a right hand uppercut. And I was like, boop. And I was like, holy shit. I was like, I wasn't dazed so much, but I was like, damn, man. Sometimes boxers just move, bro.
If you don't remember, that's the exact combination I said I would hit you with if we ever sparred.
Yeah.
Exact combo.
Because like this, and then I have a tendency to drop to guard my body, of course.
Yeah.
Leaves that open. But of course, you know, I think my bruises are finally gone on my arm. Both of my forearms are freaking bruised because I'm sitting here blocking all these kicks. This is insane. But my face blocked that punch. And I don't like to get my face hit. I like to look good for my podcasts. But they just get through. They're good. They're good. Doesn't matter how good I am. I could be the grand champion. I still got hit with that 1-2 combo. Good times, good times. All right, well, let's move along. Let's get back into the bet. Ken Vick is already, he's back. I put that back up here. Everybody that's silent must just want these bets. Let's get to more bets. In this corner, we've got Sugar Sean O'Malley versus Song Yudong. Dan, talk about it.
All right, man. I'm going to start with Yudong. He's the number 5 bantamweight for a reason. After losing a close fight to Peter Yan, he destroyed Cejudo in his last fight. He got the technical win but the eye poke didn't change that. He beat the brakes off of Henry Cejudo for 3 rounds. He has an aggressive and somewhat frantic style. He has durability, a solid chin, and he needs to slow down if he wants to be in this with O'Malley. He can't be frantic, and he has to fight at a decent pace. O'Malley, he's the number 3 fighter in the world, former bantamweight champ, looking to rebound after 2 losses to Merab. Everybody in the division has lost to Merab. I do not blame O'Malley for losing to him. His biggest advantage in this fight will be his length and distance. If he can find his range and throw those sniper-like shots down the middle he's known for, it's going to be a long night for Yudong. He still carries lethal powder. He still carries lethal power, and his unorthodox style might cause problems for Yudong.
No, I think he was right the first time when you said he carries that lethal powder, even though he gave that up. I just was messing.
No,
there's a lot of people
that's your boy Conor McGregor.
Conor McGregor and Michael Irving. Did you see after Miami lost, they had all the Michael Irving things come out? They're like Michael Irving recovering after the loss. It had him diving his face back into some powders. It was just crazy, dude. The internet is undefeated at anything that we could just love. Okay, real quick. I'm picking Waldo Cortez Acosta. I'm going knockout in points, -280. That's how I'm rolling. I did not give that. 3rd minute, round 1. This fight will be over, plus 800 for both fighters. Now, let's talk about it. You talked about Sean O'Malley and being able to snipe Yudong. I completely agree with that. Yudong is a kind of tight dude. He's a tight boxer. He fights like this, right? So he's bat, right? And he's just tight. Whereas Sean is more relaxed, and that's where that length is going to come in.
His combinations aren't tight, though. He's kind of frantic when he throws. It's all over the place. He doesn't throw straight down the pipe. He's frantic. So that's why I said that word, frantic. I said it for a reason.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's where somebody with a good jab, Sugar Sean, can take advantage of that. That's how it. I feel this 100% that Sean O'Malley, if this goes a distance, will outstrike by significant strikes Yudong. Win, lose, he's still going to throw more punches and land more punches on him.
I don't know if he throws more punches. I think he's going to land more, though.
Okay. I'll give you that. And that's correct, because that's kind of what he is. He kind of just does that kind of like, down the pipe, kind of, and then kind of pops back out and everything. So when I looked at the numbers, distance no was a plus 168 for good reason, but they're rolling the knockout at plus 200. The sub is a plus 1700, and the under 2.5 rounds is a plus 210. So there's your safe bet if you just want to play with that. Remember, this is a 3. That's a solid number for under 2.5 with 2 guys that can box and hit the heads. Knockout for Song Yudong is plus 650. Knockout in points is plus 175. Decision no bet is a plus 146. Money line in distance is a plus 265 for Yudong. When you roll over to the O'Malley side, his decision no bet is a -190. His knockout plus 350. His knockout in points is a -210. So they're a little scared. They're going to put that down. Moneyline distance no is a plus 267. So that's what I'm doing. I feel that if O'Malley's going to win this, he's going to have to finish him because he was finished in his last fight. If he wants a chance or a speaking, like to be even in the conversation of a chance at a title shot, he's going to have to knock Guidon out. He's going to have to knock him out. And I know that's hard to say, but I do like his knockout second and third round at plus 650. Talk about those numbers, Dan. What do you see?
This is a 5-round fight. Everybody forgets this because this is the co-main. I don't like the second and third round knockout because Sean O'Malley, when he has a 5-round fight, he likes to fight at his own pace. I like the fourth round. Fourth round is where I think this fight will end, but I'll give my prediction afterwards.
All right. And what's crazy is, so right now, the sport books, and this should be a 5. This is a 5-round because the sport books only have 3 rounds.
It's a 5-round fight.
They changed it to a 5. Yeah, that's what I thought. The sports books haven't changed it yet then.
It got promoted to the co-main. So
exactly.
Every main and co-main are 5 rounds.
Exactly. So I don't know why that's still on there. That's weird. FanDuel hasn't updated. There's no 4th or 5th round on FanDuel. No 4th or 5th round. So for me, that's okay. So if we get half the fight at the 2.5, is that do you feel that might make a difference on some of these numbers at all? Or do you think that it's kind of goading people into those bad bets?
I think it will. I kind of think they're trying to get people to place their bets right now. I may be mistaken. I may be wrong, but I heard it was a 5-round fight.
No, that's what I was looking at too. And so for me, that's what's kind of crazy. So I went to DraftKings. DraftKings only has it as 3 rounds. So that's what I thought too. So when I came into this, I wrote this down. I was like, all right, cool. 2 to 3 rounds. That's what it was. But because it was promoted, and it was promoted a long time ago, that you would think that that it would be moving up. But at the time right now, I don't know if they're going to consider that a 5-round. That might be a 3-round, brother. I don't know. I haven't saw anything on it really. And usually you're right. It should be a 5-round.
It's 3 rounds.
It's 3 rounds. All right. Well, anyway, we still got, but that, dude.
So I was mistaken. I was mistaken.
Oh, dude. You know what? That's how we think. This co-main event should be 5. I wonder if it was brought up to them and they said no. Because maybe they only trained for 3 rounds?
They were training for 3 rounds because they were on the main card, but it was supposed to be a 3-round fight. So they probably never just gave them the extra 2 rounds. It. Yeah. So I stand corrected.
It doesn't matter. It don't matter because that's how we think and that's what we do. But at the same time, with these numbers and everything, even with it being a 3-round fight, do you see it go in the distance then? I mean, you might as well just say.
I kind of do. I see it going the distance, but I can see a late second half of the 3rd round knockout.
Okay, and who do you got winning?
I got O'Malley winning by decision or late knockout. I mean, that's exactly what I have written.
So if we do late round knockout, let's say round 3 knockout plus 1,400. Of course, as we already know, the second and third round knockout is a plus 650. So you're getting that right there. And if you just play if you're scared to play the knockout, again, his decision no bet is a negative 190. So I think we're just better going with the under 2.5. So we'll throw a unit on that, right? We'll come over to the Yadong side. We'll go knockout in points plus 175. Throw a half unit on that so you get some of your money back. Roll over to the Sean O'Malley side. Knockout points negative 210. Throw 2 units on that, and everything should work itself out. You don't think there's any chance that Sean O'Malley gets a submission in this, do you?
Not at all. He knows zero jiu-jitsu, and does not train wrestling at all.
Mm-hmm. It was just something kind of weird I was throwing out there, and you know, for
unless he jumps a ghillie.
Must have been training with Chris Duncan.
Unless he jumps a ghillie and he takes Dustin Poirier's move. I don't see him doing anything else.
That would be hilarious. You know what? And so you got him with distance, and I'm gonna play, of course, knockout on points -210 for Sean O'Malley. That's my pick as well too. We're practically on the page for the same two, and then we're on a page for different two. So Right now we're looking at this. I like this. This is a nice little feed and everything. So far, how do you feel about the card working up? Is there another fight that you want to cover before we get to the featured fight? Just to talk about?
Not really. We already talked about the Nurmagomedov fight.
Yeah.
That's one of the main fights I was looking forward to. I really like Figueiredo. Figueiredo is probably one of the prime people that I've watched over the last few years. Because I just love these lower weight classes. These lower weight classes, they just throw everything they have into every fight.
Do you think there's a chance that he could win?
If it stays on the feet, I do. I think he could knock him out. But I don't think it stays on the feet. I think Nurmagomedov ragdolls him like every other song.
Yeah. So if this goes the distance and you have Figueiredo winning, that's a plus 1135. That's something to work with, because I will say this, when I get to it, I have a bet on this. So, and it's a positive right now. So really, if you just play this side, or you just play this side, you're going to win a lot of money. So another fight that I kind of was looking at too was your boy, your soup can, your original soup can, Michael Johnson versus Alexander Hernandez. Hernandez really surprised. I love that fight too.
Love that fight.
You think it's going over or under?
I think it goes decision, because I don't think either of these guys have finishing ability anymore. But I think Hernandez struggles against boxers. And I think Michael Johnson is one of the best boxers in the UFC. I said this last year. I'm saying it this year. I think Michael Johnson wins that fight by decision.
You know, that's so. I of course I always go through the web. I always watch everybody's show because there's a lot of people that I love. You know, I'll give shout out to a lot of people. Johnny K Picks, 138 MMA. You know, I also do, was it Lock of the Night? And then of course We Want Picks. There's just like that. I watch a few of those shows. Those are the people that talk to me the most and I relate with the most. And so for me, a lot of those guys and a lot of other people just feel that Hernandez is at a disadvantage in this, and that Michael Johnson can knock him out.
I agree with that, because Hernandez fights with his chin up, kind of like the next fight we're going to cover.
Exactly, and right now, so when we look at that, Michael Johnson distance and money line is a plus 317 added together. But if you want to get crazy, they have it a negative 118 on the under. It gives you a plus 265. So for me right there, there's some extra money for you. But I'll tell you what, man, the Michael Johnson knockout's a plus 350. They're rolling this fight really, really close. And even the knockout for both fighters is a negative 115. So knockout points might be the way to go for this one. But there's definitely some money to be made. And that's what makes this whole card so much fun, because there's so much finishing potential and there's so many chances to take with people that could go to the distance. It might save us on the DFS lineups. We'll be talking about that. All right. Let's get to it. Let's get to the featured fights of the night. A little something new for everybody today. We're going to be kicking it a little different, a little changing. We're going to throw in some stuff let's get to the main event. In this corner, you
Can't hear you. We can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
All I can hear is the music.
You can't. I don't know why it cut out. All right, we'll do this again. I don't know why the music came through like that. Anyway, in this corner, we've got the highlight, Justin Gaethje versus Paddy the Baddy Pimblett. Dan, defend your fighter.
All right, this week I got Justin Gaethje as my fighter. He's one of my favorite all time, man. He hasn't fought since that gritty win over Fiziev last year. Gaethje can beat Pimblett by simply being the fighter he is. Experience, check. Better competition, check. KO power, check. Calf kicks, check. Better chin, check. His aggressive style and his leg kicks are designed to destroy people. His pressure, boxing ability, and power will make it happen. Paddy Pimblett has never faced anyone with the aura and ability to put your lights out with one punch. Pimblett better not lead with his chin like he always done, or it's going to be a short night.
Paddy the Baddy Pimblett from Next Generation MMA Liverpool. This kid out of Huyton, Missouri side, it was influenced at the early age of 15. That's when he joined the Next Generation MMA Liverpool. He was influenced by Franklin versus Belfort at UFC 103. 221 UFCs later, and some that he fought in, Paddy Pimblett is matched up against one of the best boxers. Yes, best boxers. But Justin Gaethje is that guy that he needs to overcome. Justin Gaethje is that person. Let's talk about him overcoming. He started fighting in 2012 at the age of 17. It led to his Cage Warriors championship fight against Johnny Frackley.
Who?
He won that fight. Johnny Frackley.
Who?
Frackley. He made his debut in September 4th, 2021 in the UFC against Luigi Venturamini. He got him. First round knockout. Put Paddy the Baddy right on the map. My guy is ready for it. He got a performance of the night and has had plenty of performance since. Michael Chandler being the last guy to feel some of Paddy's greatness on the mats, as Paddy is not only a two-time black belt jiu-jitsu champion, well, not champion, he is a black belt, double black belt in jiu-jitsu, but he's going to walk into that cage like a champion, and he's going to tap Justin Gaethje the same way Charles Oliveira tapped him a couple years ago. And that's going to end with a smile, just like John Cena. Talk about it. I kind of messed it up a little bit.
This fight is perplexing because I like both these guys.
Yeah.
Paddy Pimblett's one of my favorite up-and-comers, but I do not think he fought enough to be in the position to fight for the title.
Yeah.
What are his crowning achievements? He beat a depleted old Michael Chandler, and he beat a depleted old what's his name?
I'll get him.
Man.
Go on.
I'll
get him.
Man, I can't think of it.
He got Bobby Green and Tony Ferguson. You're thinking of Tony Ferguson.
I'm thinking of Tony Ferguson. He beat Bobby Green, Tony Ferguson, and Michael
Jared
Chandler.
Gordon. Yeah, and so you don't think Jared Gordon's? I mean,
he lost that Jared Gordon fight. He lost that fight. I don't care what anybody says. He got beat up that whole fight. It was a terrible decision.
It was a terrible decision. I agree with that one.
If he decides, like he said he's going to stand with Justin Gaethje, Justin Gaethje is not those other people he faced.
Yeah.
Justin Gaethje will put his lights out with one punch.
Yeah, I agree with that. I do.
And I don't know if Pimblett's been training to check kicks, but Gaethje can kick from the clinch. He can kick your shin in the clinch, which is crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think he's fought the level of talent that he's up against right now.
I agree with that. Do you feel that maybe, and I know that this is all out, and I know Fiziev, and he's in and out with injuries sometimes. Do you feel that Pimblett should have fought Fiziev before he would fight Gaethje? But this is for the belt, of course. This is what Justin said. I want to fight for a belt. He's getting his wish. Do you think it was just? Of course, everybody knows that this was forced. But do you feel that he should have fought maybe someone like Fiziev before he got to Gaethje?
I think Pimblett should have fought anybody in the top 5 and not Michael Chandler before he fought for the belt.
Okay, I agree with that. Let's roll through some of the numbers. Distance, no, -350. Knockouts plus 185, sub plus 120. Knockout for Paddy. We're going to do the Paddy side first. It's plus 490. Sub is plus 135. Knockout sub -140. First, second, and third round knockout for Paddy is, and this is a 5-round fight, of course, is a plus 650. Decision no bet, -330. They don't want you making money on that decision no bet. However, sub, second, third, and fourth round, I feel that it's going to get out of the first round. I want that coverage in the second and third round. If anybody followed the Fight Club of Pain last year, you all know that we are 2 to 3 guys sometimes in these main events because of, that. But unless there's knockout power, which there is, get those first rounds, right? Moneyline distance, no, on the Pimblett side is -146. Let's roll over to the Gaethje side. Moneyline distance, no, plus 293. Easy money. Pop that down. Decision, no bet. Really? Plus 240? Okay. Cha-ching. We're throwing that down. Also, first, second, third round knockout, Gaethje, plus 550. What Dan just said was that Paddy's going to turn this into a size contest. He's been talking about turning into the size contest. And when he comes in with his wide-ass stance and his chin way up, Justin's going to hit him with a 1-2, just like that boxer hit me with a 1-2. Except Justin's 1-2 is going to floor Paddy. And that's when Paddy might have a chance to get a hold of Justin on the ground because I feel like, do you feel that Justin's going to be able to defend Paddy's takedowns?
Justin Gaethje is a champion wrestler in high school and in college. He doesn't use it. He does not practice Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu very much. He knows how to get out of holds. He does not. He's not very versed at it. The only way Pimblett wins this fight is by submission.
I agree with that. I mean, this goes back to why some of these people when Silva fought, oh dude, who is the guy he fought again? Not Lopez, before Lopez. Who did he fight? He choked him up. Bryce Mitchell. Mitchell. When he fought Bryce Mitchell, he went into that talking shit. He went into that fight angry. He went into all that, and he went and he backed it up. But if Paddy goes in there and allows his persona, we talked about how he thinks, and it's almost like he's trying to be, that next Conor McGregor. But if you let your arrogance get in the way, you're going to lose. And the fact that he's going into this fight that way, thinking he's going to box with him, it's not a good idea, Dan.
It's not. It's not a good idea.
So,
look at the Tony Ferguson fights. They both fought Tony Ferguson.
Yeah.
Justin Gaethje destroyed that man for 5 rounds. Destroyed Tony Ferguson for 5 rounds. Paddy Pimblett gassed out in the 3rd round and almost lost.
Yeah. That says a lot, bro. That says a lot. And his gassing is a problem. And that goes back to his weight. Even our boy Mahajad that makes all the cartoons, he's got Paddy can't even talk. He's so fat. Like he's just like, did you see the one where he had DC's belly move up and down when he left?
Yeah.
I was so wrong. That's so wrong. But I will throw
Paddy
yeah,
Gas. Paddy Gas is after the late second round. Every fight. Every fight.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's why I love that 1-2-3 knockout at plus 550 for Gaethje. That right there alone gives me a real nice. But what you're talking about, so when we do the fight theory on this show and we're talking about what can happen and where it can happen at, Dan's talking about this fight that Paddy's going to gas. So if Paddy gasses and he didn't work off all that big ass muscle, here's the thing with fighting, right? When I first joined karate, I, of course, was just a normal man that did, regular workouts, not much. I ballooned up. And since then, I have lost practically almost 30 pounds to become a lightweight. I move better. I am better. But when I'm walking around, I'm probably, 161, and I fight about 155, 154. But Paddy has to lose more. And that fat has to be fed. So when he burns that off, it of course turns into that muscle. That muscle has to be supplied with oxygen. And unless that muscle is being supplied with oxygen for a long time, you're going to gas. I have more stamina than a lot of the teenage boys sometimes at karate, not because of their skill level, because believe me, some of these have already gotten a kickboxing ring. It's because of how I train at the school, and sometimes they have to miss because they have jobs and stuff, whereas my job is wide open. But they're bigger and stronger than me. But then they learn. Then they get into it. And then those muscles get fed that. And then I'm in trouble. So, that being said, I'll throw in one more. Gaethje knockout in points plus 195. It ain't going 5 rounds, but if it does and you want some easy money on Gaethje, there's your plus 195. Dan, who you got winning?
I got the highlight winning by a highlight knockout in the third round.
Third round knockout. So as Dan was going into that, third round knockout for Gaethje is a plus 220. That is insane. And look, that's because people just don't believe in him. And maybe he don't. Maybe he gets wrapped up in the first and second round, right? But the thing is that he has that chance that Paddy is gonna gas. And when Paddy gasses, he's going to get an easy knockout. I totally love it, Dan. Also, on top of that, we'll throw in 2, 3, 4 knockout is plus 750. If you want to cover yourself, get a little bit of that fourth round action to knock him out, cover some stuff. It's great. When I was talking about the muscles and everything like that, do you agree with that, Dan?
I do, man. I have a lot of fast twitch muscle fibers, so I'm quick. But I gas very easily. I don't know why. I don't carry a lot of weight, but when I fight, if I'm throwing multiple punches, if I'm throwing 50, 60 punches around, I gas. It has something to do with your muscle fibers. It kind of like Conor McGregor, kind of like how Conor McGregor is. Conor McGregor is great for 2 rounds, but then after 2 rounds, he's dead.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I've always been. I could go the distance, fighting, but I take a lot off of my punches.
Yes.
Afterwards, and I don't know if it's because in the first few rounds I'll throw everything with reckless abandon.
You're a loose cannon.
Yeah, but that's just the way I've always been.
Yeah, and for me, I'm the same way as a point fighter. Point fighters are fast, and we throw a lot of volume, as we see with Wonder Boy in these fights. And this kind of goes to even Gaethje. Gaethje's got Pulev, And everybody knows that Gaethje is going to just walk through him. He's going to go in and just smash him. But if Pulev can get Gaethje to the third round, somehow live, he has a chance to beat him. Because in those few fights that Gaethje has gone deep, it's gotten bad for him, and he's been out wrestled.
Yeah, and he gasses. I mean, bigger guys gas faster, and Pimblett is the bigger guy in this fight because when off season, Pimblett just gains all kinds of weight.
Yep,
he's the bigger guy. He has to cut more weight. He's more tired. It just is what it is. Gaethje walks around at probably 185. So, he has to cut 30 pounds, but that 30 pounds he's cutting is just water weight that he's getting. It's not fat. It's not food. It's not muscle. He's not losing any of that.
He's not food.
Yeah.
It to me right there is the key to it. And I think that's a big thing. Like Paddy looks impressive. He's got big arms and all that stuff. But again, you got to get that under control. So for me, I am picking, of course, Paddy Pimblett. I've got him. I love the knockout and sub -140. That's the easy money on his side. I will also take that second, third, fourth round sub at plus 290. That's also my thing too. But I am not going to get away from that first, second, and third round sub as well too, which that actually isn't really bad. It's a plus 200. They really think, again, this fight, I don't think it goes to the fifth round, but I'm going to take Pimblett. I'm going to take him by submission, exactly what you were talking about. I don't want to see him. This could just be mind games. He better be playing mind games and try not to box with the boxer because he'll end up like me catching that combo. Definitely. All right. Now that's fun. So we get to the fun part of the show. We get to get some bets out, get the Parlay of Pain, the soup can of the week. We got a DFS lineup coming up. Let's do it. Let me give out the DFS lineups real quick, and then we'll get to the soup can. That'll be fun. So, as a person, I put this together. This card was hard for DK. DK's got a lot of people above 9,000. I talked to you a little bit about that.
Yeah.
And I talked to you a little bit about maybe somebody that you're going to be talking about, but I'm going with Silva, Pimblett, Hernandez, Thug Rose, O'Malley, and Tercios. Now, I know that Tercios is fighting Cameron Smotherman, but Cameron Smotherman, I'm done with his soft ass, right? Cameron Smotherman should be able to beat him up, but he's not going to. He's going to sit there like a little baby and with his little baby face, and he's going to get beat up by an aggressive Tercios. And Tercios can also take this to the ground. However, I would be surprised if Smotherland finished him because Smotherland seems like he don't want to finish anybody. You can give that man a sandwich. He ain't finishing it. Give him a banana. Finish it. Smotherman probably doesn't finish his Reese cups. And that's if he has to have a peanut allergy. So I do not know that. But he's the type of person that takes a Reese cup, takes one bite, and puts it down because he doesn't want to finish the freaking damn Reese cup. So for me, Tercios' price, Thug Rose's price, I'm willing to pay that so that I can get in Silva, Pimblett, O'Malley, and Hernandez. Now, I know with the Hernandez fight, that's hard. That's the Michael Johnson fight. I feel that goes the distance. I feel that Hernandez can do enough. He can either win this fight with a lot of punches or maybe some control time, but that will equate well on DraftKings. If he can get a couple takedowns on Michael Johnson, though that's 5 points on DraftKings each. We could be looking at maybe 60, 70, 80 points easy for Hernandez in a distance win, maybe more. So for me, I love that as a flow. Let's get to the DFS Hero simulated lineup. By the way, if you want to get over to DFS Hero, use code word DOC, get 20% off of your subscription. Let's see what they got for us. We got Perez, Hernandez, Gaethje, Krylov, Pimblett, Tercios. Pasios! Even the simulators know I'm a bad man. But Dan Krylov is going to get his head beat down by Bukakis, right?
Yeah, I think he's going to get beat up.
He's gonna get. Now Krylov is one of those guys that's probably going to be around 8 to 10%, I'll say. But that's where sometimes simulators, when you make multiple lineups, you can get that extra differences. But with the first generated lineup, that's what we give out. You got 2 DFS lineups right there. You can roll up on DK and try to take them for their site. You have 2 different ways. You practically saw they got Gaethje in. I went with O'Malley. I want Gaethje. I'll have a lineup with Gaethje. Did you get to your DK stuff or nah? You was like, nah, I ain't doing this.
Nah, I didn't do it this time, man. Didn't do it this time.
That's all right. That's all right. You want to make one? You want to make one live? You want to give them the Dan special? I know they need the Dan special.
All right.
All right. Let's get it. What 3 fighters do you think win? We'll start with that.
I think Justin Gaethje wins.
You're going to have all your money.
I think Derek Lewis wins.
7,000.
Holy. And let me look at the undercard.
Got Nurmagomedov.
And I think, let's see.
So many to pick from. He's going to have all of his money, people. You're going to want this lineup.
I think Charles Johnson wins, man.
I agree with that as well, too. I think that Perez has just been losing way too much. It's like he's addicted to losing. It's like there's this big L, and he thinks it stands for love. And he just goes, ooh, love, crack. Or, ooh, love. And just for me. So right there, you got 3 people. You have $9,000 for 3 fighters each.
Give me Michael Johnson. I want Michael Johnson in that fight.
You and your Michael Johnson love. All right, 96.50.
That welterweight fight. Give me Figgy.
You want Figgy?
I want Figgy.
Figgy. Dude, he's the cheapest fighter on the card. You have 13,000. You can pick anybody.
13,000. I can pick anybody I want.
I know you're not picking Nurmagomedov.
Give me Sean O'Malley.
You are Sean O'Malley. Dan's got the most contrarian lineup, and if it hits, you will be our rich friend. Gaethje, Lewis, Johnson. He's Johnson and Johnson. You're selling oil out here, bro. You got the lotion for the right stroke. Figueiredo and O'Malley. I love it. You have $4,200 left over. The only thing I would change out of that is just take out Figueiredo and put Gaethje in. The rest of the lineup, I'm fine with.
Honestly. I didn't say Figueiredo. I said Figget.
What'd you say?
Figget.
Oh, you're talking about. Oh yeah, dude, you get me off. You still get all your people in. Because he's right there. So let me get that. And you said Michael Johnson. So Gaethje, Lewis, Johnson and Johnson, Fugit, and O'Malley. Yeah, I think he's got Ty Miller is that new guy.
Yeah.
But he's a boxer. Fugit can get that. Last year was bad for debuts.
Yep.
I love that. And that's going to save you a lot of money, gives you a sway. So you get a DFS lineup from a simulator. You get my lineup. And you get Dan's lineup. All 3 distinctly different, and all 3 give you a chance to win money. But man, it's that time. It's that time of the day. It's time for the soup can of the week. Serve it up, Shane.
All right, man. Thug Rose Namajunas is my choice of soup this week. She's not a full-blown can of chunky yet, but she's getting there. Namajunas has gone 3-3 in her last 6 since beating Wiley twice. Even though she hasn't been finished since her brutal slam knockout loss to Andrade, she's been outclassed and outfought in even her wins. I'm picking against her this week. I think Silva is the better fighter at this point in their careers, and I think Silva wins by decision, like I said already.
Yeah. So this is what I was talking about earlier. Thug Rose has a chance to go to distance. If I can get 30 minutes or 30 points or 40 points out of Thug Rose in that decision, she's going to be one of the best TFS plays this week, pound for pound. I feel that Thug Rose and Tercios, because of Smotherman's little wussy ass. Now, mind you, I'm not trying to fight Smotherman, but if I'm bigger than Smotherman, I'm like, I don't know. I'm going to have to go look because I'm running my damn mouth. But Tercios has a chance to go to distance, and Thug Rose has a chance to go to distance. And as we saw, the simulators also agree with that decision as well, too. And I think that those two keys, when you sent over Thug Rose, this is what I was talking about, that she's a key for the DFS slate this week because she doesn't get finished and because she's good. And if she gets finished, I get it. But can we get 30 points? Can we get 40 points from Thug Rose and just make us get that sway? And the fact is, a lot of people aren't talking too much about Thug Rose. So they're going to go Michael Johnson on the DFS slates. They're going to go other people like Fugget. They could do that too. That guy's name is fun to say. If you really get like a juicy mouth and you say it wrong,
Fugget.
You might get censored.
Yeah. Fugget.
Fugget. Bug it. Fugitt. This is what we do on the brain. All right. Everybody's ready for it. Everybody wants to know what all of the big talk was about. But let's make sure that you get over to Dr. Roto. I will have that 5-tastic picks out. The 5-tastic picks is your article that is behind the payroll that cashed practically all year. The parlay that I make from the 5-tastic picks goes in the subs only Discord at Dr. Roto, as well as my 5-leg money line. We round robin those and we make a ton of money off of them. Believe me, you will be our rich friend because we have the right gear for all of your fantasy needs at Dr. Roto. And that is a big thing. That's why you join. We're more than football. We're more than seasonal. We're more than anything. Right now, Danger and the guys already did a golf podcast. Golf. But man, they nail that shit. Coach Al and him nail it. So for me, when you're looking at golf, when you're looking at UFC, and then you got basketball and got NHL, we still have a ton of sports at Dr. Roto. But the most exciting of all of those sports is the UFC and the Fight Club of Pain. All right. The Parlay of Pain starts out. You talked about Fugget. So I'm talking about that same fight, Ty Miller. I'm playing knockout for both fighters. -160 starts out first leg for the Parlay of Pain. We're running over to the Josh Hockett fight. Distance, no, -215. Knockout was way big. But distance, no, -215. I don't care who gets a finish. I don't care what happens. When both these stakes hit the middle of the ring, I want the octagon to eat them up. Yeah. Over. It's no distance. Brings up the 2-leg parlay to 138. Remember, we round robin this, people. We're going to the Gaethje fight. First and second round knockout for Gaethje is -260. Then, of course, what's that?
I said, give me that. I'll take that.
That was the best. That was one of the best numbers you could find, other than like maybe in under 30 seconds. But yeah. I think Pulev can last longer than that. Well, maybe someone should ask his girl that. Anyway, Nurmagomedov knockout in sub +130. +130. I think he's going to overpower him, whether it be ground and pound, whether it be submission, probably submission. He gonna wrap Figgy up. He gonna get him, and he's gonna get him. That brings. Let me pick the Gaethje 3-leg is a +229. Nurmagomedov brings it up. The 4-leg +658. I looked at all the fights. I looked at the Paddy, the O'Malley. You know how I love to mess with these fights. But I looked at my boy Gene Silva coming back, doing what he's got to do, representing the fighting nerds, and winning his chance, taking Arnold out, doing what no man has done before. Knockout in sub +130 brings that up to, I actually did not write that down. I got it right here, though. Look at me go. Look at me go, man. It brings it up to a 1658, I think it was. It was a 1658. I'll get that for you right there. What do you think about that Parlay of Pain? You think it's a cool one or?
I like
safe?
it. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. I don't think Gene Silva wins this fight, but I like it.
That's all right. That's all right. So I said it was a plus 1658. 1643. It's a 1643. 5 legs. Round robin that. Sorry about that, people. First show of the year. So excited. I'm a little over it. I didn't even write it down. I rolled out. But you got that. You got your Parlay of Pain. You've got your soup can. You've got 3 DFS lineups. All in one show. There's not many people out there that'll do that.
And you've got 10 different predictions.
Yeah. And we stand on that.
Yeah, 10 different predictions.
And we there's only 2 on the main card we agree on. I knew that was going to happen. I knew it.
Yeah, that's why when you were texting me yesterday, I was like, we got a lot to talk about.
We do, man. We did. And we've talked a lot. These fights, there's a lot of shows out there, Dan, and we can't be them. We don't need to be them. And that's why I love
I don't want to be them. I don't want to be them.
I love the way we talk about these fights.
I've never seen you've shown me a lot of different UFC podcasts and everything.
Yeah.
I've never seen anybody do the format that we do.
Yeah. And
I've never seen it.
The thing is we only get to do 1 podcast a week. We could do more, but of course during the NFL season, I am up to my ears in content, both writing and both with podcasting. With the Ultra Contrarian show, I'll be running that this Saturday with Steve. Look, all of the DFS people have bailed on everybody. They literally check out last week because when it gets down to a 2-game slate and a 1-game slate, they don't feel comfortable with their expertise. However, I think that sometimes when you bail on people, you don't allow them to hear other thoughts when they're trying to put their money up. I feel it's like it's turning your back on your subscribers, right?
I mean, I agree with that. I agree with that because sometimes we only cover 3 fights.
Yeah, for the fight nights.
Yeah, I mean, if we cover 3 fights, that'd be like us saying, we're not doing one this week.
Yeah, exactly. And not give our things. Who would watch us? And people follow, share us. Share the Dr. Roto page. Go to the YouTube. Go to Heat Override YouTube and Bring the Pain stuff. Get this out there. If your friend wants to bet UFC, but you just like watching the fights, tell him. Come join. Tell him to talk, and we'll make him money because that's what we did last year, and that's what we try to do. And at first we weren't perfect. But we were good. But we were able to, through trial and tribulation, develop a show that has different points that people can jump in on and take if they're on that last-minute decision, if they should go knockout, sub, or lean.
Yeah.
Right?
I agree. And I don't follow betting as much as you do. But
I know.
All the numbers you throw at me, man, they kind of stick with me. So now, every week when you're like, what do you think about those numbers? I actually have something to say because at first when you asked me that, I was like, I don't know.
Yeah. The number that stuck out the most for me was that plus 1,000 sub for Gene Silva. Yeah. I was like, that man can wrap him up. He went after. He didn't want to knock out. He didn't want to knock out Bryce Mitchell. Yeah. He wanted to choke him.
Yeah.
He does that. That was. I'll take my chances at that plus 1,000. I'll take that.
That'll be the same thing as this fight card. Watch out for that with Paddy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Who knows if Paddy's, like you said, just saying things to get under people's skin.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's going to stand with Justin, but if he does, it's bad. It's bad news.
Yeah. It would be like me going, hey, this 6'6" guy that I can fight looks fun to just rush in on. And guess what's going to happen? He's going to put his fist out, and I'm going to block into his fist a lot. So that's not what's going to happen. I'm going to have to angle. And of course, I have beat a dude 6'6". It gets brought up all the time because I'm 5'9". And that dude was so long. And it was brought up a couple weeks ago by my sensei. And he was trying to talk to all the new fighters and everything. And he brings it up. He goes, and at that tournament, even this dude who was a linebacker, this dude was huge. Me and him took both of the divisions. And that's the guy who I brought up that said he wanted to come to Erie to fight me. But that was going to get shut down because he's a 24-year-old ex-linebacker, right? So he and me were talking, and he was like, look, I was trying to figure out which division he was in because he was so big. And he kind of was in his own division, as I've said before, but he came into my division. So, again, if I attack that guy straight on, Brian was like, Rob used angles, Rob used his speed, Rob used his wits, Rob used his belt puller. Because there's levels to this game, like you talk about.
Yeah, there's levels to everything, man. Yeah, you just have to use your brain before you use your fists.
Exactly, and that's why Paddy should wrap his ass up.
Wow,
you're gonna let that double black belt on jiu-jitsu go to waste? You better not.
Yeah, and just stick your chin in the air because you got terrible posture. No, that's not gonna happen. I don't care if he thinks Scousers can't get knocked out because
Scousers.
if your brain hits your skull that hard, you're getting knocked out.
Scousers gets the guitar note of the night. I love it, man. Before we get out of here, is there anything you want to say to the peep?
Thanks for watching. Like and share, man.
Yeah, man. Come back with us. We'll be back next week for another show. Also, again, like I said, Ultra Contrarian Show will be live Saturdays for some football. You don't want to miss that. Have a great day, everybody, and always remember to bring the pain. Thanks, Dan. Thanks for coming on again. Let's whoop some ass. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yo, everybody, it's your ride. So let's get to it.
Thanks for stopping by the office. Fancy prescription by subscribing to this. Until the next visit,